Well, breaking news now, the ANC's Integrity Commission continues to make headlines for the wrong reasons, this time in KwaZulu-Natal, where controversial former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede is being allowed to return to the party as well as the provincial legislature. Let's get more on the story and speak to the ANC's KwaZulu-Natal spokesperson, Nhlakanipho Ntombela. And Nhlakanipho, thanks for your time, we appreciate it. So first explain the decision from the Integrity Commission.
We had a PEC meeting on Monday where we received the report of the Integrity Committee. As you are aware that Comrade Zandile had appeared in the Integrity Committee as early as October. So in their engagement and their conclusion, they found that one, they welcomed her appearance and she was open in her engagement with them. Secondly, they took into cognizance that her case has been in court now for almost more than a year without any conclusivity, that based on their engagement with her as the Integrity Committee, they are of the view that her membership of the ANC Regional Task Team in eThekwini and her membership of the provincial legislature be reinstated. This, of course, will be determined as we move forward by the court case, if it moves and if any other way how it concludes as it will proceed, whenever it will proceed.
Of course, that decision goes against that resolution from the ANC that anyone who's formally charged with corruption and other crimes should step aside immediately.
The decision of the ANC says anyone charged with corruption must step aside up until he or she appears before the Integrity Committee. That's what happened with Comrade Mike Mabuyakhulu. The same happened with Comrade Zandile Gumede.
Actually, that's not the case, because I'm reading the Integrity Commission's report regarding Ace Magashule, and they actually have the extract here. It says, and this is the NEC resolution of 6-8 August 2020, cadres of the ANC who are formally charged for corruption or other serious crimes must immediately step aside from all leadership positions in the ANC, legislatures or other government structures, pending the finalization of their cases.
I can speak with the authority on the report of the National Integrity Committee, as I'm not speaking on behalf of the National Executive Committee. I can speak with the authority based on the report we have received from the Provincial Integrity Committee as KwaZulu-Natal.
Yes, but that is an NEC resolution that was taken between the 6th and 8th of August 2020. So that applies to all provinces.
That NEC decision was further elaborated that the national officials must finalize guidelines for the members how they must step aside. It goes further beyond that. It's beyond what you are reading as an NEC decision. The last even NEC deliberated on the matter and concluded that the issue of stepping aside still has that problem, because part of the problem, the last NEC took the matter through legal opinions when the organization should have had a decision and the guidelines of the organization that we are waiting on as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal to give us guidance of how we take the matter forward.
You removed Zandile Gumede as mayor because of her performance or lack thereof, but you still think she's good enough to be in the provincial legislature?
Well, at that time we made an assessment on the functionality of the municipality. There was nothing wrong which had been found on her part at that stage. At that stage, she ran her performance and the collective she was leading with in the municipality.
So what do you say to citizens of KwaZulu-Natal who are not happy with this decision? Because many argued that Zandile Gumede is not somebody who should be in that position, given the charges that she faces. And I'm talking about citizens, not your members.
At this stage, she is facing charges, as you are saying. She has not been found guilty by any court of law. At this stage, she has appeared in court more than 4 or 5 times for more than a year. The NP has not been able to finalize charges for the case to proceed.
So, do you know, last week the President spoke and addressed that NEC meeting saying that regardless of the legal opinions, the resolutions taken at conferences by the NEC or the ANC in particular should be respected. And he kept stressing that anyone who faces criminal charges should step aside. So you're not in line with what the President of the African National Congress is saying.
The President, after the NEC, was very clear that any member must step aside up until he or she appears before the Integrity Committee. It is what we have done in KZN. She stepped aside for more than 4 months. She appeared in front of the Integrity Committee. The Integrity Committee made its findings, which were adopted by the PEC, pending, of course, the finalization of the stepping aside guidelines by the NEC, which will hopefully they will conclude in the next NEC in January. They should have concluded them in the previous month.
Very interesting. We're going to leave it right there. ANC KwaZulu-Natal spokesperson Nhlakanipho Ntombela.